Okay, this topic's already been done to death, but when I finally got round to actually reading the first two chapters of Genesis, I hadn't realised that it was quite so nonsensical. No way can this error-strewn text be the Word of God. I'm hoping that among it all, I might just raise a few points that have not been raised before. If not, then I apologise. Before I start, I must stress that my analysis of the creation story is as it stands on its own merits, as opposed to its conflict with modern science. So, chapter 1 of Genesis. 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So where did God live before heaven was created? Not really the beginning, is it? 1:2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So the earth was made out of water, but it was without form? And besides, when were these waters created? 1:3. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So this supernatural deity speaks. What language did he use? 1:4. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. So God had to wait until he actually saw the light before deciding it was any good. This suggests that he didn't have a clue as to what he was doing. 1:5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. Where does the afternoon come into all this? 1:6. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." So there was nothing but water in the whole universe until the firmament divided it. So how could earth itself, being of water, as in 1:1, be identified within this body of water? 1:7. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. The use of the word "were" suggests the waters were already divided. 1:8. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. Hang on, wasn't heaven created in 1:1? 1:9. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear," and it was so. Waters in one place? At this stage, there is only water under the firmament. Besides, nowadays there are many waters. 1:10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he the seas, and God saw that it was good. Did he not have a name for the lakes? Yet again he still has no foresight of the outcome of his work. Why did he call it the seas if there was just one water? 1:11. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth," and it was so. At this stage, there's no use for the fruit-bearing trees. God should have said, "I create these for later use by that which I have yet to create." 1:12. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind, and God saw that it was good. What's this his kind business? Translation problems again. 1:13. And the evening and the morning were the third day. 1:14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years." So what was giving the light in 1:4? And wasn't 1:4 where light was actually divided from darkness? Without sunlight, all plants made from the previous day would have had their cell structures shattered by the immense cold. Why does this verse end in a colon? Suspect translation again. 1:15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth, and it was so. 1:16. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. But the night light is not a light, it's a reflected light, and is not available for a good portion of the month, new moon and all that sort of stuff. This is a massive piece of oversight by God. 1:17. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. Why does 1:17 end in a comma? Or, why aren't 1:17 and 1:18 just one verse? 1:18. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness, and God saw that it was good. Well, once again, already done in 1:4. Again, God has to wait for the result to see how it worked out. 1:19. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. 1:20. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. So fowl fly in heaven. Now wasn't the firmament called heaven in 1:8, which means that the statement should read, and fowl may fly above the earth in the open heaven of heaven. When were birds created to fly in the earth's actual atmosphere? 1:21. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind, and God saw that it was good. So, why are sea creatures after their kind, but winged fowl after his kind? Can this translation ever be trusted? 1:22. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. So the sea creatures and fowl were capable of understanding speech. Who did he think he was? Dr. Dolittle? 1:23. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. 1:24. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. Again, God simply talks things into existence. 1:25. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Again, God doesn't have a clue as to what he's making until the outcome. And again, there's a mixture of his and their. Dubious translation. 1:26. And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. In our own image, so God was not alone. When were these others created? Our image suggests that God was not unique, i.e. the angels are of the same image as God. Moreover, our image suggests that God and his buddies were either of male or female form. More to the point, it is a big smackdown for the idea of a wholly single supernatural being. And when were these others, or angels, actually created? The where did God come from question becomes even more valid now. This is dominion, by the way, and not an instruction to eat flesh. If this was the passage to instruct eating of flesh, then there should be the command not to eat shellfish, bats and pigs right here. 1:27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. So man was created in his image as opposed to our image as outlined in 1:26. So God was a man with man's bits. Some of his other buddies must have been women with women's bits. 1:28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Thanks God. That's why the world's in such a mess from short-term, greedy, selfish bastards, especially those who are willing Armageddon to happen. 1:29. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. Wow, that's one hell of a blow for you vegetarians out there. God reckons you've been eating meat. Of course, every fruit-bearing tree will include the poisonous ones as well. And what does in the which mean? Obviously the translation can't be trusted. 1:30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. God has given every bird and every beast the green leaf for meat. Oh really? I'm having real trouble imagining a salad-eating pride of lions. 1:31. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the 6th day. Hardly a modest chap, this God. Wow, so endeth chapter 1. What a self-contradicting mess. And fundies have the nerve to vainly misrepresent and find fault with evolutionary science. Chapter 2, the second and final part of creation, to follow.